Hello. Hello. I have a camera. I'm so happy. The last time me and Alyssa tried to do the tip value of the Friday or the Friday value tip, we didn't have a camera. You guys weren't here. We were just like, oh my goodness, what do we do?
You know what they say, Jackie, you need the brains of the operation to be here with you.
I know, I understand. We'll just give a couple of minutes, not even minutes, seconds for people to get on. If not, then we could just do a replay on this. It was a very short notice, but that's okay.
So we do.
That's what we do on there. So again, my name is Jackie Stevens. I am with the Jackie Stevens Real Estate Group here, partnered by with my husband, Mr. Edgar Alvaro. And today we thought that we'd give a value or a piece of golden nugget to provide to you. Of course, in this crazy, crazy market, we've talked about pillars of family, right, pillars of business, pillars of all kinds of different, golden nuggets. But today, as we leave you through the weekend, we want to, of course, share the knowledge that we study and research on a daily basis, every single day. So just keep in mind, we are not real estate agents that just wait for a deal to come in or a referral. We do a lot more than that. Our team does extensive research, and we make sure that we're keeping an eye on that market for you to give you the best valuable tools. Agreed? Yeah.
Absolutely. Well said. We're not just what's the key word here? We're not equivalent to an order taker, right? And there's a lot of order takers out there right now, but we like to bring some substance, some things behind that's going to help you make a decision based on being educated, knowing what's actually going on in the market. So I think that's what's really exciting about what we want to share here.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So today, guys, okay, by leaving with you during this, of course, weekend, or if it's in the back of your mind, or if you're on the fence of not knowing what to do as far as home ownership, whether to sell your home and cash out, or number two, you want to refinance your home, right, to gain that low interest rate that's still floating around. It is just crazy to know the percentage, which I will tell you during this show, on the low interest rate and how it can save you hundreds of dollars if you haven't refinanced just yet. Okay, so we are going to talk about how equity is sitting in your home. I always call it like a piggy bank, right?
It's a piggy bank.
Your home is like a piggy bank. It has that little slot on the top, and every time you make a payment, it goes down and gets paid towards your principal and interest, minus those ridiculous taxes, minus, the home insurance that we have to pay. But the P&I, which is your principal and interest, is put inside, or let's just say principal, into the piggy bank. Right. So as years go by, your piggy bank keeps filling and filling and filling. But something crazy happened if you don't know it already, right? What is that? The pandemic. The pandemic happened in 2020. Right.
Very unfortunate for many, but obviously we want to be positive on the things that it did do for our in our profession, which are the homeowners and buyers out there in this real estate business that we're in.
Yes.
It created really, we're not going to call it anything else other than a great opportunity for many. Yeah. And Jackie definitely can dig into a little further.
Just because I'm a talker. and I like to just shake it, right? I like to shake the tree. So meaning when the pandemic happened, what happened? Rates ended up going low, and sales prices of the home started going up, right? So what that ended up doing is causing a surge of equity in your home to cash out. I mean, cash money, right? Cash money in the bank account, and also I call it in your piggy bank of your house. Meaning once your equity was here, then your equity went up, 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 up. So that cushion of equity is going to allow you and create two huge opportunities if you haven't taken advantage already. So I like to save money. Do you?
Yes, we do.
Do you really, Edgar, like to save money?
I love to save money. We save it in different ways, but no, and I think you nail it, right? So on the refinance, it creates some great opportunities in its own self.
Yes.
Where you're able to really, we always say, you know, buying a home is not only just because that's where you're going to live, but it is your best investment ever. Like Jackie says, it's a piggy bank. Your piggy bank, it's made for when you need, you know, people tell you savings, whatever you want to have. You can go and dip in, get some money and help yourself out in the situation. Now, when we're refinancing in today's world, when we're going back to what you said, when the pandemic occurred, when it happened, everybody kind of said, well, what's going to happen? We're going to do this, we're going to do that. Well, banks got smart and they say, hey, well, this is a great opportunity for you to look at some of these refinance ideas and terms and programs to help you save your money right now that we're all going to need it, because we didn't know what things were going on. So that's kept very strong throughout this whole entire pandemic.
Yes.
And I'll be the first one to tell you, I took full advantage of that refinance.
Correct.
So when Jackie says, do we like to save? Heck yes. Why? Because we should. You know? We should. And during that time pre-COVID, I don't know if you remember, we were like at 6% interest rates, like 5 or 6% interest rate. Yeah. So if you really think about it, so your equity created two huge opportunities: refinance or cash out, so that you can use the cash out to purchase your new home or your dream home, or even that cash out, let's go get something small and start traveling the world, right? Which I would love to do one day. So we're getting there. But for instance, let me talk to you a little bit about the refinance. On the refinance, if you were a 5-6% before, interest rates are still floating where they're about 3%. So the money has created cushion for you to be able to qualify for the refinance. Okay. And if any lenders on here, if you want to correct me, comment there. But as I was researching, right, you can grab that cushion and you will now have like enough so that you can refinance to the 3%. And then say, for instance, you have a $1,600 payment, you probably be paying anywhere between $1,200 to $1,300 a month. So, I mean, you're saving a couple of $100 there. Why wouldn't you? Over the life of the loan, you're going to be saving hundreds and hundreds of dollars. It's just ridiculously amazing. I know that the U.S. Census statistics showed that there is a significant amount of people that have not even taken advantage of this. I'm so surprised with that. Well, because, you know, I think what happened prior to the interest rates, and of course people talk and this and that, it created some self-doubt in people that, hey, you know what, I try to do this refinance. It's not really beneficial for me because, you know, I'm only going to go from, you know, say my 5% to 3%. I'm like, wait a minute, you repeat that? Can you just say what you just said?
That's 2%. That's 2%.
And that's a huge, huge difference when it comes to, you know, I tell this to everybody. If you really would have gone that route, and you can still do it today. So if you haven't done it, don't kick yourself too down or nothing like that. Reach out, one to us. We can either guide you to some different options that you may have, but you know, you get in front of these guys and let them educate you, because a lot of people went the forbearance, right? Or they went the deferment route. And that helps, and it has helped for many families out there. However, when you're doing a refinance, you're not only helping yourself today, but you're helping yourself in the long run. And really, that's just the better option all across the board.
No, those are some really, really good points there. So if you kind of go to like your bank statement and be like, hey, Jackie, like, yeah, you know what? Let me look at my interest rate. Let me see what it was. Was it a 6? Was it a 7? I know mine was like I think it was like a 6, no, or a 5
Originally, yes, on our first investment.
On the first. Yeah, so we were like at a 6%. We got like a 2.9, so forth, and it was just ridiculous savings on there.
Take advantage.
It was so amazing. It was so amazing. So the second type of opportunity that it does create for you, and I'm really, really speaking of this, guys. If you haven't noticed already, we are low in inventory and sales prices are continuously increasing on our properties out there, okay? Meaning you are going to get a dollar for your dollar on the equity side, dollar for dollar. So if it goes up 10, you know what, do the math on that, right? So meaning because of that, you are going to be able to sell your house for more. Now, not only that, you're going to cash out and you can use that money to put down so that you can grab that 3% interest rate and qualify either for a more of a home. You're still going to be, I kind of feel like people are so scared to sell their home because there's nothing out there, or the prices have increased. Have you seen that?
Definitely, and both have happened, guys.
Yes.
I'm not going to sit here and tell you no, but right now, if you are truly wanting to maximize your potential on your home and are kind of on the fence whether you want to sell or get into a bigger home, situation, or it doesn't even have to be a bigger home. We're going to be -2 here pretty soon, and if you want to downsize, that's another option that you can create. So you now can maximize on your full
Correct.
initial investment and move into something else. And it doesn't have to be new; it could just be something that you're going to be able to find. But take full advantage of both sides
of the equity, though.
Mm-hmm.
Of the equity.
Yes.
So what I was explaining before is that if you are nervous to say, like, okay, if I put my house on the market now, what am I going to get myself into? The prices are higher. Like, they're not as low as what they used to be. Yes, you are right in that, but remember, you're doubling on your equity. So your equity is already like extra cushion in there. So you're going to use that to pay the difference down. I really hope that makes sense. Does it?
Yeah,
so it's kind of like a wash or a balance. So, I mean, and then plus you're going to get the 3% or whatever, unapproved credit, of course, 3%. Yes,
it really
exactly. Is. So I think those are two huge wins while the equity has surged. It literally has surged in every home right now. So, I mean, whether you've been there a year or 2 years, you're going to be sitting on some equity. Mm-hmm. So again, I've had a military client, I won't name them or whatever, but he was here 2 years and his house, I'm like, ugh, yeah, a little bit before COVID, we were thinking of selling and I was like, you know what, you're barely going to be able to break even or, make $2,000 or $3,000. And then COVID hit, increased sales prices.
You may want to look into it. Yeah.
He walked out. I don't, I'm going to give you some rounded numbers, but he walked out with 20 plus. So 20K, right? Which is $20,000. So he's probably out in the Bahamas right now because I told him, go vacation, go do what you want to do, right? Because I really don't think we're going to see this in a very long time.
Thank yourself for your own service.
Yes, yes. Well, we are expected to kind of recover at the end of 2021 and start recovering a little bit more and better beginning of 2022. Mm-hmm. So rates are only going to get higher, meaning rates higher, mortgage higher. But I do hear that increased sales prices are still going to rise.
I mean, I guess if everybody knew the answer to it, we have all, everybody would be talking the same language. But the reality is that we don't. All we can do is go based on what numbers are doing. And which is something that we never really thought El Paso would be building equity in your home the way it has. You know what I mean? And there has been some crazy adjustments that we had to make as professionals and finding out what is the best direction to go to for certain clients. And it's just a different animal. I still feel
it's a different time.
It's a different time, but an exciting one.
Yeah.
And we're hoping that if you are on that fence, you have two great options, right?
Correct.
So one thing that I always recommend is, guys, pick up the phone. It's going to be a real simple conversation. We can set something up with you and give you some guidance on that to help you understand what exactly it is that we're talking about and pertaining to your situation. Because what may work for this person may not necessarily work for you, and that's okay. But at least you get educated on it.
Yeah, and I think you're going to win either way.
Absolutely.
You're going to win on the refinance, or you're going to win on the cash out. So what we would like to do is, pull out your little statement, go to the statement either online or that you get on a monthly, take a look at it, take a look at the payment and take a look at the interest rate. So if you see that it's higher, than a 3% or a 4% or higher than a 5% or 6%, then it's time for us to connect so that we can guide you and lead you and tell you, hey, listen, let's send you over to a lender one of our preferred lenders, and let them take a look to see if you guys can qualify for the 3%. But you should be able to, for the reason being that cushion of equity is a nice cushion for you to be able to use it as a condition of qualifying. So that's step one. Or two, you can say, Jackie, this is my payoff on my mortgage. I need you to do a market analysis to tell me what does my equity look like? Okay, if we don't know what we're talking about as far as equity, it just means like what your payoff is that you owe on the mortgage and what your home is worth on today's market. Right. For example, your mortgage balance is $100,000. I'm just going to use easy numbers, and we can list your home for, say, $180,000. Well, $80,000 is your equity because it's between 180 and 100 and 180. So that's 80,000, right? Now there's different stipulations if you do use a real estate agent to list your home, because there's fees included in that. But majority of the time, you are going to be taking a huge chunk of money. So that's what equity means. It just means, a surplus of value in your home. Did I miss anything?
No, I mean, you nailed it. I think, and just so that everybody understands, yes, you're going to get the most that you can out of your home.
In the least amount of time.
In the least amount of time. Yes. You do it right. Don't. I know we all feel like we can all win, and trust me, there's you still definitely need the people there guiding you in the right path there. And then also when you go look into the other one, you're gonna win there too, guys, because of your interest rate. You don't have to use all that money for your down payment. Everybody thinks that you're gonna have to go do that too to bring your use the guidance of a professional to tell you exactly what it is that you need to do.
Correct.
And be able to get more home today than you will later on. Because if things, say home prices or the values don't change here,
or they go up,
and
the interest rates go up,
you're going to get lesser homes. So just think of that.
That's a good one,
there's a few little things, little nuggets, guys. And again, we can go on and on about different scenarios. But that's not what we're on today. Today is just to let you know that you have some great options with these two here that Jackie brought up. I thought it was a great topic to talk about because it's one that people either know, they don't know, and don't go on what your deal told you. Although sometimes they did do the right thing. Every situation is going to be different.
Yeah. So you may be equity rich right now and you don't even know it. It's like Vegas. Yeah. I always consider it like Vegas, cha-ching! Like, do you want to cash out now? Yes. Oh, and you can also refinance and do a cash out also. Right. Okay, like say 20,000 or 30,000 and still take advantage of that low rate. So that money is there, guys. If you are a homeowner, before we end this topic, and I can guarantee you are going to have equity. You are going to have money in your piggy bank. So it's just wise, there's a wise saying there that money doesn't sleep. So you need to utilize that money, make it grow, cash out, buy an investment, cash out, refinance, cash out. I don't know, do whatever you want with that money, but it's your money. It would be a good time now. So again, let Edgar and I know if you need a great referral to a lender we personally have worked with. We have killer rates right now with them. They're super amazing. And if refinance isn't an option for you, then we could see what type of equity you are sitting on. I thought I'd leave you guys this for the weekend because, maybe you want to research and sit back and pull that statement out and really, really try to get an idea.
Absolutely.
Until then, we are your resources for your real estate questions. If you have any, you know how to reach us. You know where to find us.
We're not going nowhere.
We're not going anywhere. So until then, may you all have a wonderful, blessed weekend, and we'll see you next week. Talk to you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.